like you.
Hi, a warm welcome to On the Cusp with Daphne, a place where inspiration meets evolution. In these very tranquil surroundings, today is where I attended my mandatory training. It's all part and parcel of the job requirement, especially if you are doing agency work like I do, but it is a requirement for all the healthcare workers, nonetheless, to be compliant with their mandatory training. So this only does not help with making you a safe practitioner as a healthcare practitioner, but it also comes in very, very handy when it comes to things such as revalidation, which is a separate video I've made for you altogether, especially for nurses and midwives. Stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to share this video, to like, to help other people to see it, and hopefully it can help somebody else in our sector or in other sectors for them to just be educated and be informed of what we're all about and what we do within our profession as healthcare professionals. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll be with you shortly. So whilst this is a requirement for employers to provide you with training, mandatory training for you to practice safely, it's also your responsibility as an individual to ensure that your mandatory training is up to date, to be on the lookout and understand what aspect of your modules are going to expire, because sometimes you find different modules expire at different times, or some of them need renewal at different times. Not all of them are going to be annually. Some will be every 3 years, some will be every 2 years. The responsibility is yours as an individual to make sure that your mandatory training is up to date. Whilst my own mandatory training is up to date with my employer, I'm doing this especially for my side thing that I do with the agency, as I do work for the agency and like to keep the two separate, just so I can have a separate certificate that I hand over to my agency for compliance without using my employer's training, which is typically free of charge. Today's cost, excluding VAT, I think I paid £79 or so, excluding VAT. With VAT, it must have come to about £92, £94. That's just a ballpark figure. Mind you, this is one of the many amounts of money that are tax deductible when it comes to claiming for your expenses. For you maintaining your professional registration, you can claim this back from the HMRC, which is the receiver of revenue, or when you submit your tax. Just be mindful of things such as this: your professional registration, your NMC registration fees, as well as your union. That's what you can claim for. Many other things, mileage. There's a whole lot of things that you can claim for. You'll in time get to know what is tax deductible under the expenses for your maintaining your professional registration. This is but one of them. It's also nice to interact with other professionals from different backgrounds, different job sectors that you're not familiar with. There's so many insights to be gleaned from your interactions. There's also opportunities to network as we do these things. I'm going to take you through some of the modules that are covered in the mandatory training day. For example, we have infection control, level 1 and 2, information governance, which is very important, fire and safety awareness, conflict resolution. These are things I talk about on the channel in some of the videos, things such as communication, conflict resolution. Communication is not part of this. I digress slightly. Some of the modules include safeguarding of children and adults, moving and handling, so you can safely move equipment, move patients, move your clients without harm to yourself, without injuring yourself, and know when to say no, when it's not safe for you to perform a certain task. So these workshops and these trainings are so essential for us to attend, just to empower ourselves and hear of real life experiences of other people, other people's lived experiences. You can learn so much from them and know what to avoid and know what to do and what not to do. Resuscitation, which is something very close to my heart as a basic life support instructor. Resuscitation, basic and immediate of adult, pediatric, and newborn babies are also covered in these modules on this particular day. Very interesting day. I'll take you through into class with me, and you will have an idea of what the setting is like and what yeah, what the layout is like, the delivery, the content delivery is very informal. It's a very adult setting where everyone is invited to participate and your views are welcome and respected. So it's quite important to go to such classes knowing what you're going to have to offer, or at least if you have questions, don't hold back and be shy and feel your question is silly. These are actually usually very perfect opportunities for people to learn from and for you to share your insights. Usually facilitators are very welcoming of other people's experiences and take great pleasure and privilege in opening the floor to everyone for people to feel involved at the end of the day. I hope this gives you some insight as to what mandatory training is all about. It's something we do once a year. Like I said, I get this from my employer, but I like to do a separate one for myself for the work that I do outside of my work. So I hope this makes sense. And if you want just to empower yourself, even if you don't need it, it's a perfect opportunity for you to go and reinforce what you may not be sure of. It's a perfect place to ask for reassurance, to ask for advice, and to practice some of the things you may not be sure of. So there are many companies that are offering this kind of training. It's just good to go online and see who is offering mandatory training. If you are that person that is wanting to empower yourself with just some extra ammunition to just stay abreast of what's happening within your field of work. So I'll take you in class with me and you will have an idea of how the day has unfolded and how the day has been like. Thank you so much. Stay tuned as I take you around with me.
Maybe they're in their own homes, maybe? If they were in their own homes, you still get. The thing I didn't tell you is, COVID is a good one. COVID or no COVID, get a hanky or a tea towel or get their t-shirt and put it over their mouth, okay? Like that loosely. You're not suffocating them, but it'll kind of reduce down the spillage coming out their mouth. So when you're doing compression...
That's what I'm saying. It feels strange. Yeah. It feels strange. It's very good. Really?
What are you guys?
Yeah.
So she came into the hospital. She was really upset.
Yeah. So guys, you don't go to the ground and use a lift. Go to the undercroft. Do you know where to go to? If that was the case, it's probably not got to do with care up, but that was got to do with, you know, what he was doing. He was end of life care patients. He was making sure they signed their will over to him. He made sure there were people that didn't have family, so he selected, and then he gave them morphine injections. This is why now, come on, registered people.
The day has been nothing short of amazing. It's been very inspiring. It's been very interesting to network with other professionals, to speak to other people from other backgrounds. Great insights have been shared, and I hope this gives you some idea as to what mandatory training is all about in the UK and empowers you of things to expect. Remember, we're saying this, not only is it a requirement of the job, but it's also a necessity for things such as revalidation. So do it for the right reasons. Don't do it because you want to tick that box, oh, like, oh, I've done my mandatory training. Do it because you want to glean some insights, you want to learn, you want to expand your horizon, you want to expand your knowledge, and for all the good reasons. Stay tuned to the channel as I bring you more value-adding information to enrich your life. Stay tuned to the channel. Hope to see you on the next video. Don't forget to share this video, to like, to subscribe, especially to hit the notifications bell so you can be informed when I share more videos with you. Thank you for staying tuned.
Do it like you.